Good evening, everybody. How is it going tonight? Hope everybody's doing well. Go ahead and say hi in chat. Tell me how you doing. Rev, hope you're having a great day. Sue, good to see you here. I see you're fighting with Nightbot again. It's truly a rivalry for the ages. I had a good day today. It was, much nicer outside here than it has been for a while. It's been like 110 heat index, and it was like 85 out today, and pleasant. So I got a good workout in, took it easy. Yeah, this has been greatly managed. I went and got a haircut yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. Like a real adult almost. Oh, nice. Was Unreal built to work on Linux, or did you hit it with a wrench until it started complying? Anyway, tonight we are running we're gonna try some PvP bounties, see how it goes. I am terrible at PvP, I really haven't done it, but maybe we'll get lucky, or just be smart and shoot somebody. Caffeine, Rev, you guys are welcome to hop in if you want to. Let me switch on over to the game. I know Empress is supposed to be getting here soon-ish. But she had some, you know, like real-life stuff that didn't involve playing video games, so she'll be here when she gets here. But no, I had a pretty chill weekend so far. Got in a real nice workout this morning. Actually squatted 315, which I haven't done for a while. It was harder than it should be, by a lot. Made some updates to the stream. We've now got this beautiful text scroll bar at the bottom. I don't want to talk about how long that took to set up. Yeah, I mean, if you can, Caffeine, just hop in and ping me in chat, and I'll drag you over. You can kind of just catch up wherever we are. No worries, Rev. I mean, we can always, you know, in the future, we can always just park you in a turret like a potato and just let you shoot at everything that moves. Why is this man following me? Go away, sir. I don't know you. You're not my real dad. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and check. I bought some parts for the ships that we're probably going to use. And I'm going to make sure that I have them where they're supposed to be. I actually recently traded in some of my ships that I don't fly that much, so that I could buy some CCUs to some ships that are like limited time sales that I know I'll probably want eventually, like the Carrack, which I've got a Carrack right now for a loaner. But I went ahead and bought a CCU from I think I traded some ships in for store credit, bought a CCU to the Reclaimer, or from the Reclaimer to the Carrack, shuffled some stuff around. Because I have had some like smaller ships that I really didn't need. Now that I've kind of figured out how to make money more effectively, like pledging for the smaller ships just did not make sense. Also, welcome if you're just stopping in. We are going to be running some PvP bounties tonight. I am giving the rest of my crew a minute to catch up. I did not get a hull C. It is okay. Let's talk about this. So, the hull C is currently available on the PTU. If you've pledged for a hull C. Now, being an enterprising young space trucker, have pledged for a hull D. And the game, apparently RSI has decided that you don't get loaners in the PTU. You have to wait until they come to live to get loaners. So I can't test out the hull C in the PTU. And I'm not about to buy one just to test it out, what, a few weeks, maybe a month early in the PTU. But also, yeah, it's ridiculous. But it's fine. It sounds like, you know, it's still in wave 1 and 2 on the PTU, so it is, sounds like there's still some issues with it that they're working out. So, I'm fine with waiting. I can control the FOMO a little bit. And, you know, I'll live. Alright, so we're probably going to take the Scorpius out, which is not, you know, technically the most meta ship for PvP, but I know that Empress is going to be getting on, and the two of us are pretty used to rocking the Scorpius. So I think it'll work out. I am going to give her a minute. I might run a couple PvE bounties just to warm up. Yeah, I mean, the Vulture and the Prospector are good, but if you want to go run risky salvage missions with me for like an hour sometime, we can get you a Prospector, and the Vulture should be available to buy in-game with 3.20. I think that's 2 patches, and that's like their expected time frame. So, although it is nice, like that's how they get you is, you know, like, well, what if you didn't have to grind for it? And every patch you'll have this ship that's good at making money. Hey, Empress, how's it going? Go ahead and I got the Scorpius out if you want to hop in when you're ready. But yeah, both, I don't know. Right now I fly my Vulture more than the Prospector just because I really love salvaging. And I can take a second person with just by, like, loaning them my Cutlass Black and using it for storage. But it's kind of hard to get away from that. Oh, cool beans. Are you ready for me to drag you over to voice? But, you know, again, they're probably gonna nerf the risky salvage missions next patch or soon, TM, just because they're way too good money right now. Howdy, oh, I am muted in Discord. There we go. Empress, how's it going?
Hello.
Awesome. Sue, does her audio sound okay?
How is my audio? I'm not at Bajini.
Where are you?
Where did you leave me last time we played?
Whoa, you're making me responsible for this? I think I left you at Arc L1. Do you want me to come pick you up?
Oh, yes, I am there.
Okay. So don't bring anything valuable, because our odds of dying are greater than 0.
Okay.
I would bring a weapon and wear armor, just in case we get the opportunity to get out and shoot someone. And I would take, I believe taking Call to Arms is advantageous to us, because it will let us, like if we kill anybody who's got a crime stat 3 or higher while we've got Call to Arms on, I think it's like sends them to Klesher and gives us the money, so... Exactly. Although, like, the money for PvP bounty hunting is not actually good. This is more like an activity you can do. Sort of like hand salvaging, but way more fun and a greater chance of dying.
Why don't I have a weapon? Because I'm in a strange place.
They have a weapons store there. You want to grab a P4 and some mags or something?
Oh, show. Okay.
Oh, look at that cute little text scroll bar. I love it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, hand salvaging. Yeah, it's more like hand salvaging Quantanium. Except it's highly skill-based, and I just don't have a lot of PvP experience. I did mess around in the Arena Commander a little bit today, and died repeatedly. But I did go into the PTU at one point to test out the master modes, the new flight model. And I got killed by Avenger 1, who is like the premier Star Citizen PvP streamer. That was amusing. He was talking about the new master modes, and he's very unhappy about them. If you look at the clip link I posted in Discord, you can see how mad he is about it. And he has good reasons, but he's pretty frustrated. And I was watching him rant, and thought to myself, hey, I will jump in that mode and see if I run into him, and I did.
And you paid for it.
I did not spend... It did not take me that long. I mean, maybe close, but I was, like, working on it off and doing other things. Alright, I'm gonna find a landing pad, and then... Oh, there's an unfriendly Cutlass Black here. NPC. How weird is that? Alright, let me see if I can find the hangar pads on this. Yeah, and so his take on it, on the SCM, party invite incoming.
Accepted.
His take on the master modes, like, you know, SCM mode versus whatever mode. Well, so his take is that it's good, but like, the concept is incredibly good, but the execution so far is he's not happy with, because the speeds that they limit you to while you're in SCM mode are too slow. For the Gladius, they limit you to like 250 meters per second. Which is... it feels too slow, according to him. That's not a landing pad, that's a hangar. So he thinks that, you know, because right now the Gladius does like 1,000 something. He would like the SCM speed to be like 500 for the Gladius. Because if the Gladius is limited to 250 in like maneuverability mode or SCM mode, then what are other ships going to be limited to? Like, is the Hammerhead gonna move at 50? Alright, if anybody sees the landing pads... I mean, right now it would be really confusing what the meta is, because they only have the Gladius with the new flight model. So you can fly the
pad, and then you can find me.
That's a good idea. Yeah, so, like, it's pretty much only Gladius, but that's also because Sig just loves the Gladius more than the other ships. Yeah, I think that's part of it. I mean, he has spent hundreds of hours developing and becoming a, you know, he's an amazing PvP player, and he's taught a ton of people how to play with the meta where it is, and this is going to change it a lot. So there's some frustration from that. Yeah, everyone goes so fast, and they're just trying to slow that down. Yep, I saw you move, so I'm coming to you. But I think there's a happy medium. His suggestion, or something, I think somebody might have brought it up in chat, was to, you know, maybe put the Gladius to like 400 and just make it feel better than where it is now, because right now it's too slow, and put the snub fighters up higher so that they have a little bit more of a defined role, in that they're just the super, super fast PvP ships. I'm landed. Cinerev, welcome in. How's it going? Enjoying your weekend so far? Alright, I see my cockpit opening. Yeah, snubs should be faster, but it would be really cool if they incorporated that into master mode, so like the snubs felt significantly different than the light fighters. You know, they would just continue to be zippy, even with, while they're in the because it's SCM and nav mode, and SCM is the turn quickly, shoot your weapons, like your shields are on in SCM mode, and then in nav mode you have the current top speed, but you don't get weapons, you don't get missiles, you don't even get countermeasures right now, which seems curious to me, but... And I think you have to be in nav mode in order to quantum. Alright, are you ready to do some turret gunning?
Yes.
Alright.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm familiar with this. Alright, we got 4 different player bounties available. Right, yeah, the meta is too small. It needs to be bigger. And I also think that slowing down combat might make it better for... like gang fights, like small group fights, which is what I really loved about like EVE Online, where, you know, 3 really good ships could get beaten by 3 ships that maybe weren't top tier, but played well together. And that's what I would like. You know, I would like something where if you're playing with friends, you know, you might take something like a Corsair, a Gladius, and, like, stick a snub fighter in the back of the Corsair and have that be viable. Whereas right now, it would be more viable to just take 3 Gladiuses. Or 3 arrows, if you want to be... Exactly, yeah. Alright, I'm going to share these, Empress. Should be 4 of them.
Okay.
Alright, Ulysses, Green Door. Track him, and we're going to see who's close to us. Is he at Grim Hex? Not at... Is it? Okay. We are going to Ulysses, Green Door.
Okay, I think I accepted them all.
Cool, and you can track it as well.
Who? Ulysses? That's the guy's name?
Ulysses, Green Door. Yes, ma'am.
All right.
But yeah, right now it's just too heavy on the Gladius and arrows. Although it might be hard to get Sig to step away from the Gladius as being just best fighter ever. Because it is one of the, like, hero ships of the single-player game that's being developed. Pro tip, they're always at Grim Hex and inside. Yeah, that's why they need to remove Armistice zones, or at least lower them. So that if you've got a bounty in a, you know, certain area, you can go in and hunt people down. Because it makes sense. Like, if you're a bounty hunter and somebody goes into a city, like, you should still be allowed to come after them and take them out. Yeah, the Hornet. But the Hornet, yeah, and the Hornet is also, and recently got buffed and is really good. If we had more people tonight, I did have my Hornet ready to go also. Right? Like, Grim Hex should be a Thunderdome. Somewhat. You know, you should be allowed more than even in other places to collect a bounty. What I would love is if they put in something a little like Concord from Eve, and that was a system where basically if you PvP'd someone where you weren't supposed to PvP in high sec, you had NPCs show up after a set amount of time, and they would basically one-shot you and couldn't be killed. I don't think it should be that extreme, but I do think, like, capable NPCs should show up and should, at some point, start attacking. You know, especially when you get people, like, either sitting inside of armistice zones or, like, lurking around stations shooting at players. It makes sense that eventually some sort of armed response would occur. Yeah, it could easily go wrong. That would be a hard system to tune. Because really the way it worked in Eve is it wasn't much of a detailed system. It was more of a... like, they weren't real NPCs that you fought, they just showed up and nuked you. No, I did not go to the air show. I heard it was cool. Did they have, like, F-22s, F-35s, fun stuff?
It's going on tomorrow.
Oh, is it a 2-day thing?
I didn't know it went on today. I just know people who are going tomorrow, but probably a few days if... So that's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, that is cool. Yeah, airshow would be right up your alley, right, Rev? 17 million kilometers. Then we'll see. We'll see if we can update the scrolling text bar to record our glorious victory or our failure. Now, I've seen... there's been some cool stuff about the... what is it? The next-gen... like, stealth bomber replacement and the NGAD, the next-gen air defense, like, the new F-22. That looks super cool. It's like a lot of the stuff that the F-22 can do, but then it's just a lot more... yeah, the NGAD. But they're thinking of putting drones with it, so it's this whole thing called the Trusted Wingman program. So for each, you know, NGAD in the air, you might have a couple drones flying along with it. Also, if you're just dropping in, welcome. We are attempting to run some PvP bounties in Star Citizen tonight. And it should be... oh, reward updated.
What does that mean?
Did he commit more crimes, or did he commit less crime? I wonder if he wiped his... he might be wiping his... he's at Security Post Korea. The Voltron. I mean, they kind of tried that. Also, howdy, Invita. Hope you're doing well. Hope your weekend's going okay. They sort of tried that with Parasite Fighters at one point. It didn't go well, but it was cool that they tried. They made this little thing. What was it? It was called, like, the Goblin or something, and it would fly on a... I want to say B-52 or something. And the idea was that you would wait until enemy fighters approached, and then this little jet fighter thing would detach and go engage them. It didn't go well. They crash-landed a bunch of them. It was kind of a mess. Yeah, it's been... there's been a bunch of times that dudes have said, you know what would be neat? If we put little fighters on a bigger plane, and they've tried to implement it, and it hasn't gone swimmingly. Right, it is a cute little parasite.
For real.
Yeah. Because it's rounder than you'd think it would be. Like, it's kind of chubby. It's funny. I was just talking about Zeppelins the other day. Because I was bemoaning the fact that I will never get to be an airship pirate. Because we don't use airships as a main mode of transportation, and that was... It kind of bums me out.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
Alright, we're coming up on Security Post Korea. So if he's inside, there's like a special spot we have to park to not get shot by the station security.
Oh, okay.
Do I know where that special spot is?
Do you?
Not really, no.
I have a red message that I'm trespassing.
Yeah, so do I, but that's no big deal. Okay, there's a 325 and a 125.
Ah.
Did you think I was gonna crash and blow us both up?
I did. Are we being shot at?
Absolutely.
By who? Do I shoot back?
No.
Okay.
They can't hit us here. Alright, hop out.
Oh.
We're going in.
All right. I will hop out once you are out.
I'm out.
And the canopy closes, because then it'll let me out. Am I wearing a helmet? Okay, yes, yes, yes.
Alright, I think there's a platform up here. I'm gonna put some ammo on real quick. Yep, there's a platform. It did not kill me when I landed on it. Alright, let's go try to FPS this gentleman. Yes, I have seen the Starfarer get made into a...
Oh. Okay. How do you melee people so I'm ready
Middle
for
mouse
that?
click, but
Thank you.
okay, crap. I'm not sure.
What?
Oh, I think we need to accept the mission. Hold on.
Didn't we?
There's a mission to fight them off at SPK, and I think that'll make the guards not mad at us.
Doesn't matter, you just knocked that fella out.
Caffeine, do you know where that mission pops up? Oh, no. Okay. So we're just going to try to avoid the guards and find this guy.
If we have a what?
A crime stat. And I got a crime stat.
Oh, but I don't. Can I find it somewhere?
Oh, he's in there. Oh, he got me.
Who got you? Who's him?
Ulysses.
I'm sorry, buddy. Oh no, I died too.
Oh no.
I don't even know if that was the guy or not, but they are murdering everyone.
Yeah, I think he had somebody with him.
I would love to get grenades.
Yeah, that might have been a good idea. Yeah, he did. Objective failed. Game, I resent that. I can always try again.
Right?
Yeah, grenades are not reliable.
But they're helpful just to have with the distraction.
Well, the radius is not... I don't love it.
I would like to respawn. That'd be nice.
Yeah, sometimes throwing is not super reliable.
I can see them moving my body. Rude.
Oh, that is rude.
Okay.
Alright, updated the ticker. Yep. I panicked. Well, because if you shoot a guard, you get the crime stat 3, so I was like, I don't want the big crime stat. I only want a little crime stat. The more you know. See, we learned something new already.
I didn't even know that that was just going to be a war zone. Now I do.
Now you know. See? We're learning. Yeah, did you respawn yet, Empress?
Yar, I'm
awesome.
Loading up on looted armor that I don't care about.
Probably a good strategy here.
Maybe they'll think I'm a bad guy.
I mean, it's not the worst idea.
And I'm bringing some grenades. I'm gonna see how it works.
I support that decision. You're the Jane Cobb right now of Captain wouldn't let me bring grenades.
Some grenades would sure be nice right about now.
Yep. Except I encourage the carrying of grenades. Oh, come on, armor. Why don't you have more space?
I know. Alright, I look very lame. Let's go.
Just don't look at yourself. Don't think about it. Right? Like, fire... I get kind of sad when I think about Firefly, because it's like, what could have been?
For real.
But, you know, the world is a harsh place, so... don't always get what we want. Alright, let me put the Scorpius on claim.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
See, if we had 2 Scorpiuses...
your insurance claim has been sent.
We could just have a rotation.
Should I bring a grenade launcher?
I mean, you don't want to lose your grenade launcher. It's up to you. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life.
Vehicle selected.
Where'd I leave my
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
I leave it in your ship?
No, because I brought it back out. We're in Hangar 1.
Okay.
I brought it back out so that you could grab it. It might be on the second tab of weapons because you've looted so many weapons that you have multiple tabs of them.
Probably at Arc L1.
That's fair.
It's okay. I don't need that either.
Oh, I gotta pay my crime stat. Hey, Cosmosis, thanks for stopping in. I am good. We are running some PvP bounties in Star Citizen, or trying to. And thank you very much for the follow, Cosmosis. I appreciate it. I appreciate it greatly. We just had a bounty encounter and got killed. We're a little new to this, and the target had friends with him. So it didn't go... Alright, Rev, give me 2 seconds and I'll drag you in, sir.
Woohoo! Heck yes.
Rev, how's it going?
Not too bad. How about you?
Pretty good. I'd like the scoreboard to not be 0-2, but you know, it's a process. We're learning by doing.
Yes,
what
yes. What is this? This is the cutlass that you spawned, right?
Repeat that?
You got the cutlass out?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
The good old Cutty Black, because I know it is not the best PvP ship at all, but we know how to fly
it. I'll admit that at first, when I saw there was a turret, I was like, what is this? Because it's red paint? I was like, this is not red.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got it, like a special paint job. Yeah, Cosmosis, it's cool to see where the game's come. You know, it's still got such a long way to go, but it's definitely come a long way, and they are making improvements over time. Rev, where are you at?
I'm just trying to join the server in on you now.
Alrighty.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
I'll give you a minute to get in.
Sweet.
So yeah, if you're not familiar with Star Citizen Cosmosis, there's a crime system, kind of like Wanted Stars in GTA, but they don't send NPCs after you immediately. Instead, on a scale of 0 to 5, once you get 3 or higher, it begins generating in-game missions that you can take and complete to make money apprehending other players.
I think it's upset with me because I haven't loaded it up in a while.
Oh no.
It's being slow. There we go. I am in the server.
Sweet. But no, normally we do... we've been doing PvE stuff, and I just want to get better at PvP. And so, figured the best way to start figuring out is to just bash my head into it some. Ashes of Creation. Ooh, is that a science fiction MMO? I haven't heard of that one.
That's the other one that's been taking forever to build, isn't it?
I mean, that's a lot of games.
That's the one being built by the community that's on Unreal Engine, isn't it?
Oh, cool. Some people would say that Unreal is a better engine to build a game with than the broken remains of Crytek.
Those people would be right.
Okay. Interesting. I'll have to check it out. That sounds cool. Rev, are you in the server?
I am.
Stand by for an invite.
Sweet.
Invite is sent.
Accepted.
CryEngine is basically, it started as CryEngine and then became Amazon Lumberyard, I think. Rev, you know more about this, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's
CryEngine still exists.
Okay.
So they took an older version of Crysis, of the CryEngine, which was what was made with Crysis, or
what they used to make Crysis, yeah.
Yeah. And Amazon decided to try and do their thing, and they eventually abandoned it. But I think that's why this is on the Lumberyard version, is because they released it for free with no royalties, and Unreal you have to pay royalties. Unity as well, actually.
Yep. Rev, are you at Area 18?
I am.
You want to grab your own ship and join us?
I sure will.
Alrighty, then we're gonna undock with the Cutlass Black. Hangar 01, let's go. Yeah, Lumberyard is owned by Amazon, I think.
Yep. They pretty much stopped development and have cut it loose now, though.
Amazon does that with a lot of things.
Yeah.
Not as much as Google does.
Yeah.
Google is really good at starting things and then saying, nah, we don't want to. Alright, Empress, you want to jump in the turret?
That's why I never bought a Stadia thing, because I couldn't trust them to just actually keep it going.
Well, and you were right to do that.
Yup.
Oh, jeez. I mean, they actually did really well giving refunds to people who bought Stadia games. Like, I think they could have tried not to, and instead it was just like, well, I guess if you ever bought games, we're gonna give you money back, or something like that.
Well, I mean, that's mainly because you couldn't just take those games and use them anywhere else.
Yep.
You only had the license for it on there.
Okay, I was not out of the hangar when I tried to turn up.
I was wondering what was
Just
happening there.
top tier piloting occurring here.
This is the way it's done.
Thank you.
Hey, Google made Kubernetes, and that's kind of cool. Ish.
That's true.
Alright, let's see who's close. We got a Petal. And he is... Is he sitting at Grimhex? No, he's at Brio's Breaker Yard. Let's go!
Alright, so I have my Pisces Rescue. I've got a 315, a 350 R, or a Vandal Scythe.
Scythe?
Which one? Scythe? Okay.
Yeah. He's on Damer!
Right. Once you said that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Kate's isn't just Google. Kate's is way bigger than Google, but...
Thankfully.
Who are we tracking now?
Petal. Let me share the mission, so Rev can have it.
Yes.
Before this guy rabbits back to, Grimhex. Alright, we're 0-2. Let's fix this. Yeah, someone call Scooter and tell him that there's criminal elements on Damer.
Oh, goodness.
If anyone hasn't seen it, there's a guy who goes... His YouTube channel is, Wicked Wookie, and he makes hilarious ship advertisements as an in-game character in Star Citizen called Scooter, who is just like this weird used ship scrapyard dealer. Yeah, how was his... I saw that he was on Play in the Forest. Did you watch any of that, Caffeine? I have not played The Forest. Or The Forest 2, Forest Strikes Again, whatever it's called. Yeah, it's... And he does, like, the machinima where he records in-game and uses... Not terrible looking, but, like, cheap enough effects that he can put out, like, one a week. And they're just hilarious. Yeah, he is funny.
Very entertaining.
I was amused the first time I saw him stream something other than Star Citizen. Or, I think it was when he was talking at the end of a YouTube video. Because when he does his, like, Scooter from Damer, he's got the ridiculous southern accent. But he's actually got about 30% of that accent just in his normal speaking voice, so he's definitely from somewhere cool. Yeah, I think, especially if he stays with it, he'll probably do well on Twitch, because he is a funny guy, he's witty. Alright, and you grabbed a gun, right, Empress?
Absolutely. I had a grenade.
Sweet. Rev, have you flown the Scythe much before?
Nope.
It's really good. Be careful with it in atmosphere. If you get going too fast, the fact that it's horribly asymmetrical will catch you when you turn and whip you around. But it has, really powerful laser cannons.
Problem I'm going to encounter, though, is getting out there.
Oh. That is a minor problem. I should have checked if there was anyone closer. I'm sorry, in my defense, I am both new at and bad at PvP bounty hunting. You might be able to make it if you make a stop. Otherwise, I don't know, it kind of depends, because if this guy just sells and then goes to Grim Hex, then we'll have to move to another one anyway, so...
I mean, I can... Well, nah. Every time I go to Grim Hex, I get blown up. I was gonna say I could just go wait at Grim Hex, but...
Elite Dangerous, yes, I have played it. It's fun. I didn't get that into it. Well, I guess I just really love the immersion of Star Citizen. I know that Elite does have, like, walking on the ground now, but I like how... Yeah, I mean, Elite's cool, and I'm all for there being more space games. Like, it's a cool genre. Why not make more of them? But it just didn't sink its hooks into me like Star Citizen did when I truly got into Star Citizen. Because I did kickstart Star Citizen all the way back in 2012, and I loaded it up like one time in 2016 or somewhere around there to look at it when it was just the hangar module, so all you could do was like go into a hangar and look at your ships. And it was pretty depressing that I had spent money, and like 5 years later, all I could do was look at my Space Winnebago. So I kind of set it down, and then I picked it back up again this year, and I stuck with it until I kind of figured some things out. And here we are. And I play way too much
Need more
Star
pylons,
Citizen.
huh?
Hey! Looks like he's in. Let's see if he's ready. I just tried to... Pylons, are you ready for me to drag you into chat? Let me know. Yeah, I think Elite is definitely on the last generation side of things. But it's cool. I mean, a lot of players have come to Star Citizen from Eve and Elite Dangerous and like No Man's Sky, kind of looking for something different. You know, I'm not even saying that Star Citizen is like the obviously superior game, because those games have their stuff that they're awesome at. But, you know, people try those and then they're like, hey, I'll try this other science fiction themed. Oh, ding me. Do we have space? Sir, we're incompetent and we need help. We have all the space. Bring everybody. We'll put them in turrets. It's fine. Hey, Pylons. How's it going?
Goes well. How are you?
Not too shabby. If you want to hop into my server, we are trying to get our lives figured out.
Alright, I am already in server, so I just need to join up with y'all.
If you want to kind of see what I'm looking at, feel free to pull the stream up and just turn the volume down so you're not hearing me on a delay.
I just mute the tab.
Yeah.
Smart.
If you put it at 1%, supposedly it like still counts more than putting it at 0 for like having a viewer.
I don't mute the stream. I mute the tab, so it doesn't. It supposedly can't detect that.
Right, which makes sense because otherwise you'd get advertisements that pop up, and it would be like, unmute this tab to continue reading this news article because the internet's horrible now.
Yes. The pardon the term, but this is what it's been called, the enshittification.
Yes, I would agree that. Oh yeah, are you, Cosmosis, are you more of a 40k fan or a Warhammer Fantasy fan? I am a 40k guy. I haven't played the tabletop in years, but I still love the intellectual property. I need to play Chaos Gate. Oh, hey, we got multiple...
We're gonna kill this guy, right? We're
Yeah.
killing him. Okay. Should I target him yet?
There's more than one. And he's in a constellation Andromeda. I kind of want to pull off.
Here we go. Until we have more.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Oops, we were just checking you out. Sorry, fella. Bye.
I'm almost to crew L1, which is my first point.
Oh, goodness. Your first refuel?
Yeah.
Yep.
I love Grey Knights, so I need to... When I did play the tabletop, I played Grey Knights. Yeah, they have a Connie. Alright, Pylons, where are you at?
I am at Virginia Point. I'm trying to see if there's a way. I see you online, but I'm trying to see if there's like a request party option.
Oh. Did you join the server on me?
I did.
Click join friend. I can send you a party invite.
Perfect.
Yeah, I think we can take a Connie. And then if we die, we're going to make sure we're all in one place, and we're going to be real smart on the next one. Alright, you ready, Empress?
For what? What are we doing?
We're going back.
We're doing...
I'm going to try to missile it extensively. Oh no, but he's got more missiles. It kind of depends if he has a turret gunner or not.
How risky are you feeling?
I mean, the ratio of wins to deaths doesn't change if we die badly, right?
Right.
Oh, Chaos Daemons are cool. That's, I always thought it would be cool to do, like, a Khorne army. I don't know who's giving me an incoming call, but I'm not about it. Right, I played in, like, 5th edition. It has been a while.
Alright. They're on the move solo.
Solo that we know of.
Well, yeah.
Oh, and his constellation's already damaged.
Alright, there's supposed to be a station here. Where is the station? There.
Oh no.
I'm just trying to get us in. We passed him. Oh, he's got turret gunners.
Oh, did we
Kill the ship before he logs off.
Is that the common PvP strategy? Is Alt F4?
Yep. We got him. All right, we got another red.
Yay!
Cuddy Black, Jack Halo.
Oh wow, he wasn't even showing for me.
I mean, he's red, so I think it means he's got a crime stat. He's He's trying to bug out. We'll give him the missiles. Right? Turret goes burr.
Would you like some missiles, sir? Come on.
But I am late tired.
Oh, whoa. They're so shiny.
I know, I love the Rattlers. They're a cluster missile, so they do that cool spread out effect.
Where did he go?
Did he die or quantum away?
He has disappeared.
Oh,
Is that the ground? Is that the ground? Is that the ground?
We're okay. Everybody's okay. Yeah, I am tired is a reference. Like, tell me how long you've been on the internet without telling me how long you've been on the internet. And also that you knew about the cool internets back in the day. Alright, we get to update the scroll wheel.
Whoop whoop. $55.
Girlfriend's age 55. My IQ 55. Yes, and Badger. Mushroom. That's a freaking classic.
Snake. Yep.
All right. Pylons. What ship do you have?
None at the moment, unfortunately. My fleet manager has drawn a blank.
Okay. Well, leave no man behind. We can come back for you.
Oh, perfect. I appreciate it.
So, yeah.
Want me to come
where
get
do you
you,
want
Rev?
me? Sure.
And I can get you a ship out. I'll come to Crew L4.
Okay. That's that works for me.
We can refuel and rearm it. We'll refuel and rearm at Crew L4, and then go back and pick up Rev, and then we'll go pick up pylons, and I can get ships out for you guys. So that you're not flying the scythe.
Yeah, that scythe is just unless you want to bring the
Starfarer.
There's the Carrack.
Yeah. I don't know that we could fit the scythe in the Carrack. Also, Cosmo 27, you I think you got on the cool internets early at a solid age. All right, we got one. And I'm counting the second one as a moral victory because he ran away. Or exploded. I'm kind of unclear.
Instructions unclear.
Maybe we just helped out someone else.
Target no longer exists.
They were definitely fighting each other, and then we rattlered the ever-living poop out of the guy, and then got him with a turret. You know what I miss about not having the internets everywhere? And this is going to date me a bit. I remember one time you and I, Caffeine, got into an argument about song lyrics. And we would get into, like, weird arguments about facts. And we weren't angry about it. We were just like, I think it's this, you think it's that. And we didn't have a way to resolve it immediately.
Yep.
And I miss that.
I remember that.
I kind of miss that because, like, I remember at one point we called someone who we knew was at a computer to look it up because, like, the internet existed, but we didn't have it on our... But it was... I miss that because now we can just both take out our phones and be like, my sources tell me this. Like, oh, what are your sources?
Yeah. I remember that, or, dial-up internet.
I don't miss dial-up internet.
Welcome. You've got mail.
It was enough internet to make you hopeful, but not enough internet to be good.
I remember downloading my first Linux ISO on dial-up internet.
I love it. I remember CDs. I got a, what was it, Slack? Linux, was it Slack, or I'm thinking of another S word?
Are you thinking of Slackware?
Slackware, yep. Yep.
Slackware. That was actually my first as well.
Oh, nice. So you got to experience the older technology for a little bit. The internet would yell at you, and it would also screw up phones for like everybody else in the house because we didn't live. My family, for a lot of the time, didn't live places with multiple phone lines, so it was like...
Yep.
That was the best part, was picking up the phone to interrupt my brothers playing EverQuest. Being the butthole little sister. Like, hey, you're taking too long.
I want to call my friends!
Yup.
Quit it with your EverQuests!
See, that's... I had to do something sneaky to get that first ISO. I ran a extra long phone cord down from my bedroom,
Oh my lord.
through the vent, and to the phone port in the basement.
That's brilliant. Also,
And
if you're
then
just... go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, if you're just dropping in, we are running some PvP bounties on Star Citizen. We got the last guy, but the crew is kind of scattered, so we're picking some people up and heading back towards ArcCorp, and then we will resume our rampage. Or stumble.
I should mention that I'm in my good armor and with my best guns because
We're gonna take you back to ArcCorp, and we can get less good armor and guns.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, this is gonna turn into. Remember the one time we were playing, and I had just started playing. Oh,
yes.
Rev, if you feel free to share that story, but it was terrible.
Then we kept trying to go back and then yeah.
Yeah, we were like trying to go back and get our gear, but we kept dying for stupid reasons because I didn't understand the game that well. Rev, I'm heading towards the landing pads. I'll give you a number here in a second.
Excellent.
So we died multiple times, and then we would like take more gear to not die, and die again, which just made us want to get the gear more. I think we did it 3 or 4 times, and then we just quit.
Yeah, then we just said screw it.
And with what I understand now, it would have been a 5-minute enterprise to get... It was by a friendly bunker, and it kept shooting us down. We could have just parked outside with an Ursa rover and, like, gone and gotten our stuff. Like, easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Add 1.
Add 01.
Alright. Calling an elevator? Pad 1.
Ooh, look at that paint job. Oh, I should see if I can repair. Alright, we're gonna grab Rev pylons, and then we'll head your way.
Appreciate.
Oh yeah, your armor's way too pretty.
This is my pretty armor. This is the armor that I pledged for.
Oh, wow.
So this, Cosmosis, this is the Drake Cutlass Black. It is one of my favorite ships, which is why it's on the banner on my Twitch, because I love it. It is kind of a multi-role medium fighter / cargo ship. So it's got space. You can put a ground vehicle inside of it. It's got a turret up top, so you can bring a friend to help shoot. It's got decent guns for its size. Downsides is it can be a little fragile, because like these 4 points that stick off and have engines can get shot off pretty easily. Then you have a bad time. Mid-30s is already retirement home. Ow. Rev, let me know when you're seated.
I am seated. I am behind you.
Copy. You know, the way I feel about age is, I go with a guy named Nassim Nicholas Taleb, who wrote a few books and is kind of a smart cookie. And his take was that you get old when you start talking about being old. Because really, I'm in better shape physically than I was when I was 22, so... And I'm mildly smarter. Are you at Area 18 pylons, or are you at...
Vagini Point. I am at Vagini Point still.
Copy. The questionably named toilet bowl that we call our home. All right, so here's my thought. We've got 4 people. Do we want to take a Scorpius for the second ship? Pylons, Rev?
Probably yes.
Sure.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Or I can get out 2 separate ships or a different ship. I don't know what else would be... I mean, I could take a Cutlass Blue out.
Sorry, I'm trying to deal with a bug right now where my character has decided to look at his shoulder. And will not
yeah,
look
hit
away.
F and, like, jerk your head the other way. It's annoying.
Tried that.
Oh, that's upsetting.
Shows my mouse moving to the bottom left of the screen.
Classic. A ghost? Yeah. You're mildly possessed.
Yes.
Your character has been afflicted.
And I alt-tabbed out to make sure that, I'm not really having any extra inputs.
I have a Hornet
And I
F7
don't.
CM. Which, isn't that a 2-person ship?
Aha!
You got it?
F1.
Oh.
F1 and then back out. And all of a sudden,
because it made your character's head, like, look at the MOBA glass.
Yep.
No, I think the Scorpius will work. Neither of them are super meta light fighters, but we will have a lot of firepower on Alpha and 2 ships, so... Oh, yeah, one of the Hornets has a turret gunner. Well, I think you might even be able to switch between them, because you can, like, switch out the center part of the Hornet. Which is cool. But the Scorpius turret is so much damage. So you guys can Rochambeau over who drives and who sits in the turret.
Would you rather drive or would you rather turret?
I think you'd rather me not drive.
Yeah.
Pylon is still learning.
Yeah.
All right. I'll drive.
Thanks, Rev.
Yeah, no worries.
All right, we're 5 million clicks out.
I do have to warn you that I will not have my my good gear, because when I tried to plug it in, Star System wasn't recognizing it, so I think it killed my keybinds again.
Oh, you got VKBs, right?
Yeah.
Have you set them up yet?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I set
weird.
them up. I went into
your keybind there's like a file, and as soon as you set them up, I highly recommend copying those files and putting them like outside of Star Citizen's grasp, so that if anything goes wrong, you can recopy your files.
And I didn't do that. I think the update, cleared that out again.
Oh no.
So
R.I.P.
Yeah.
One of the nice things about this game though is that I enjoy my flight stick, but you don't need it. Like,
well, I got the flight sticks. I've got the pedals.
That's just cool. But like the game is totally playable. Like Cosmosis, if you're looking at it, it's very playable without a stick or any extra gear. All right, I'm aligning to Bygenie right now.
I like it.
Logistics Simulator 2023.
Yep.
But I mean, that's Eve or any multiplayer game, especially if you have like decent travel times to go places. Sometimes it takes a bit just to get organized, and I respect that people have real life. We're not trying to start like some crazy milsim org where everyone has to be on time at 8 p.m. or else they get demerits. That doesn't sound fun for me, and I think Pylons would like it even less.
Yeah. We're just a bunch of filthy casuals, you know?
Exactly, and I embrace that. I mean, I try to be good, but I don't... I'm not gonna start being weird about stuff. Alright, Empress, do you want to stay on the ship? Rev and I will go out and get situated.
Okay.
I used to have a shirt that said I tried to be good, but I got bored.
That's solid. Alright, let me... Gosh dang it. Oh, okay. Empress, while we go inside, if you want to try taking... Oh, let me turn the engines off so we don't float away. If you want to try taking off, landing on the pads again, and repairing, that would be rad. It'll let you.
I left the back door open.
Copy. Alright, back door is closed, and I am clear. Unless you take off violently to the right.
Oh, go to the right? Okay.
Violently. You must violently go to the right.
I mean, that would count for the ticker. That would be... Because it doesn't... It's not crew deaths inflicted by bounty targets. It's crew deaths in general, because I acknowledge our ability to kill ourselves just fine without anyone else helping.
Oh, hi, I didn't see you get into the elevator. And
Oh,
all of a sudden it's like going to the lobby.
Exactly, yeah. Do you have gear here, Rev?
And Pagini? Let's see.
Pylons, what about you?
Nope.
I should. What do I need for gear?
Armor, and, I mean, that's really about it.
Yeah, I have armor.
A weapon would be cool.
Cool.
Yeah, bring a gun and a little bit of ammo. But we're not going to need a ton of ammo.
I need something to drink. Can I figure I'll just do that while I'm here?
Yep. Yeah, maybe bring a drink.
Hopefully we're alive long enough to drink it.
That is a very flight vest looking vest. That's cool.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yes, exactly. The Carrick Fury incident is a great example of us. And really, I blame both of us, Caffeine, because...
That was good.
Like, we just, like... Empress and I are super used to undocking snub fighters from other ships, and we were not. Okay, pylons is good. Rev's grabbing a drink. Let me get the Scorpius out.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval
And the
system.
double dog.
You gotta get the double dog while you're here.
Always.
Yep.
Vehicle selected.
Okay,
Your vehicle
I
has
have
been
got the
delivered
Scorpius.
to
I'm gonna go sit in the pilot seat and hit the hangar open button. It is in hangar 3 if you guys want to follow me.
Just missed the elevator. Sounds good.
So because this is my ship, I have to... Generally, it works better if I call traffic control and say I'm taking off, and then they can grab it and fly it out. Empress, did it let you repair?
Yeah, that's done.
Sweet. Thank you.
Yeah.
Right? Open the door. Right, let me get out, and okay. As soon as the canopy closes again, you should be able to start hopping in.
Okay.
Whoever gets in first has to wait for the canopy to close for the next person to go. It's kind of goofy. So this... Yeah, you gotta let the ladder go up. This is the RSI Scorpius. It is a heavy fighter with a very, very good turret that the co-pilot can fire. Does wild damage and has a really good field of view.
Come on. Why? Why don't you try getting into the co-pilot seat?
Let me see. Yep, enter gunner seat. Enter gunner seat.
Your ship has rejected us.
We're not worthy.
Let me try.
Let me. I'll close the ladder and then see if
I just told it to close pilot canopy. Yeah, try closing the ladder.
And then maybe if I hit enter gunner seat, let me. Yep. Okay.
Woo!
All right. Wait to watch if everything closes up.
Yep.
All right. Enter pilot seat.
All right.
There we go.
You guys should be good to go. I'll make sure you take off before I leave the hangar. Empress, what pad are you at?
1. 1.
Just give it a second and it should close.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
But yeah, I love this ship because it is the knockoff X-Wing. Put your landing gear up. Oh, can we see it?
Oh, I'm used to
boom. There we go.
Ships that have the things fold out.
Got the pretty wings that fold out. Oh, you said you're at pad 1?
Thank you. And please visit again.
Empress, you said you were at pad 1?
Correct.
Cool beans. I'm on my way. Oh, Rev, did you switch out your armor at all?
Nope.
Oh.
You just want to live dangerously?
Yep, I'm just going to live dangerously. Tired of never... Because otherwise I never wear this armor.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I don't see you at pad 1.
What? I mean, I didn't leave.
Oh, you're at pad 4. Stand by.
Sorry.
You're good.
I said it so confidently.
You were so confident. Yup. Narrator voice. She was not at pad 1.
That's where we were at the last station, and that's what stuck in my head.
I went out and there was like a little origin ship. I'm like, did we leave the cutlass in the dryer too long? What happened here?
Hey, Pylon, what do you think? Should we take out this Drake cutlass that's about to take off?
Oh boy.
Supreme Command. I have not tried that one. I played, what was it, Supreme Commander way back in the day? Are they related? Alright. Oh, you already got out of the pilot seat.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
I'm in my...
In your designated spot?
Yes.
Alright, we're up. Alright, let me take a look and see if there's any bounties close by.
So how does the bounty thing work exactly? So someone breaks the law and then
we get a mission to hunt them.
Okay.
Oh, cool. I should check that out. I thought the concept behind Supreme Command was friggin' awesome. Alright, so a beer valg is... Ooh, this guy's been not seen. He's sitting at Grimhex.
Yeah.
Hard pass. Zlotoir is...
Heading to Grimhex?
Yeah, he's at Selen. Let me share this mission.
Alright.
Go ahead and accept it, everybody, and make sure that you have Call to Arms active.
What is Call to Arms?
Should be in the Mercenary tab of your missions.
The Mercenary tab of what?
Or is it... of your, shared missions.
So if you go to
Of
contracts,
contracts, sorry.
contracts, yep. Mercenaries, and then a call to arms.
Mercenary.
And then if you guys want to point yourselves at...
Is that a personal?
It should be not personal. If you guys want to point yourselves at Crusader and align, I'll warp us together.
Sure will. I'm just trying to find that call to arms here.
It looks like you're
general.
green
General,
already.
and then...
There it is.
Quantum drive is now on.
All right.
Did that warp you?
No.
Oh, okay.
I just found call to arms.
Oh, okay. It's well, the little icon was green. I guess maybe it needs
Does
to
it turn blue?
I think it
when
might
you're-
turn blue. We'll
Yeah.
figure it out next time so we can warp together like cool guys. But I am on the way to Crusader.
Crusader set route. Calibrating. Engaging.
Engage. All right, I feel good about this one.
Absolutely. We got this.
Oh yeah, there's 4 of us also, which is... Is it cheap? It's effective.
No. Good. It's good strategy. It's good
It is,
strategy.
exactly.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, I used to play a lot more RTS. I've kind of fallen off on them recently. It's definitely a genre I've done a decent amount of. I never played super competitively. I did some StarCraft back in the day, and it was okay.
StarCraft back in the day was so good.
Uh-huh.
I find myself, I'll watch like some of the pro games every now and then, just if I get bored, because it's just crazy what some of those guys can do.
Yep.
You know, I have never seen nor played StarCraft.
Really?
Yep.
It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I hear about it a lot, but just never crossed my actual path.
Right.
I remember listening to one of the pros. There was a pro Terran player, which was like the human race, and he was a Korean guy, and they were the ones that are real big into the game. And he's like, "Yeah, I just think it's really weird. Like the Americans say they want to be the best, but they do all of these weird things like hang out with their friends or play other games or don't practice. And I just don't understand how they can want to be the best. And I just like, wow, that is makes a whole lot of sense why you're number one.
Yeah.
I mean, if you know life anything, you're gonna be
Yeah.
great.
Well, that's how I explain being bad at Star Citizen at certain things. It's like, you know, oh, I just don't know life it, so that's why I'm not amazing.
Every single person that's better than you just know life's it, and then every single person that's worse just
Do they even play?
do they even play? Yeah.
Exactly.
That was the
That
old.
must be the
old-
first time, right?
It's like everyone who's stronger than me in the gym is on steroids, and everybody who's weaker, like, do they even lift? They're not even trying.
They're not, why are they here?
They're not putting in any effort.
I love that. One surefire trick to tell if someone's on steroids.
Are
Are they
strong?
bigger than you? Yes, they're on steroids.
Also, yeah, Cosmosis. I feel like RTS games are kind of not past their heyday because everything comes back around. But we used to have like Stronghold, Command and Conquer, StarCraft, Warcraft.
Age of Empires.
Yeah, I just don't feel like the genre's where it used to be. I don't really understand why that is. But I know there's several. There's like a bunch of devs from, I want to say Blizzard, and I don't remember which one, but like one of the RTSs, and I don't know if they've announced it yet, but supposedly they're working on something just absolutely wild in the RTS space, and I'll be curious to see what they can come up with. Yeah. And I don't know, I mean, everybody wants mass market appeal, but at the same time, indie games have never been bigger or more accessible to get to the public with, like, Steam and all those platforms.
Yep.
You know, it's so wonderful because instead of giving $60 to these giant corporations, I can pay $15 and get, you know, games that someone built that aren't built to appeal to the mass market, like Factorio.
Something that was a labor of love, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the $28 cosmetics. You got guys out here making $28 cosmetics, and then you've got weird Germans making Factorio. I think they're like Europeans of some sort, who basically were like, yeah, this is worth $20 while it's in development. It's $30 now. We'll never have a sale. We'll never increase or reduce the price. This is what we think it's worth, and it is. It's like, if you enjoy it at all, it's many hours of gameplay per dollar.
I mean, freaking $30 is unheard of for games anymore.
It is, especially for a game that's that big and took that much work.
Yeah.
All right, when you land, go ahead, or when you get out of Quantum, go ahead and align to Selin, and we'll jump together.
Will do.
He's still on Selin. Supposedly in the middle of nowhere. Maybe he's running missions. I don't know. Slytherin
Quantum Fool
Games
is at 50%.
I need to check them out. I want to say I've heard of some of their games.
Quantum drive is now off.
Oh, Shadow Empire. Oh yeah, the green dot doesn't mean anything, because you're not even here yet. It showed me the green dot, so I think it's got to be blue. Alright, yeah. Once you guys get here, align to Selin, and we will jump. Also,
sure will.
if you are just stopping by, we are doing some PvP bounties tonight in Star Citizen, and I've got a turret gunner with me, and then some guys in an RSI Scorpius. We are trying to hunt down some bounties and apprehend some criminals. I have not done a lot of PvP, so it's already kind of been a disaster at points, but we are learning as we go.
Alright. Rotate.
You guys dropped out 100 kilometers away. I wonder if it'll give us the option to warp together. We'll find out.
Spooling complete. Calibration ready.
I don't see you, so go ahead and jump and ready.
Alright.
Distant Worlds 2. That's another one I've like heard of, but haven't looked into.
Quantum drive is now off.
See, I like the turn-based games.
Yeah.
I'm a real big Civ fan.
This is good.
I've really enjoyed the Total War Warhammer games. I haven't played the latest ones, but...
Oh man, 3, the newest one was good just because they included all the stuff from the old one, so it's just massive.
Okay, I don't have... It's not letting me quantum directly to this guy.
Yup.
I'm going to quantum to something on the other side of the planet, and then see if I can quantum to him.
Alright.
I'm going to quantum to Ashburn Channel, Ashburn whatever, AIDS Shelter.
Oh, he's out in space.
Is he moving?
Quantum drive is now on.
Well, if so, then I'll have to adjust because I already went into quantum.
Yeah, I went to the private property one.
I feel like we're deploying the dragnet.
Yep, now it's getting farther away again.
He needs to stop.
He just doesn't want to die.
Ooh.
Oh, he's 200 kilometers away.
Yep.
I'm just gonna burn to him.
We got a radar lock on us.
Oh, he's close to you?
What's your guy's name?
Zlator? Zalator? Whatever.
Zlator.
Yeah, Hasman Pace that's beneath us that I have a target on.
That sounds like an NPC.
Okay. You get lucky this time.
Yep. Zlator should be in front of us.
How far away is Zlator from you guys?
230 kilometers.
Okay, just burn to him.
Burning.
This won't take that long. I don't know what he's... I think he might be doing bounty missions? I don't know.
I don't know.
Distant Worlds... Not played that one either. Yeah, I haven't heard of... What's combat mission, Cosmosis? Is that like a turn-based or an RTS? We're at 160.
195.
What speed are you going at?
I got it cranked all the way.
I'm at
185.
1114.
1249.
Okay, so you should slowly catch up some.
Yep. I'll hit the boost again once it recharges.
That sounds cool. Combat mission sounds neat. Real-time company or battalion level combat simulation, like. And see, that's what I like about indie or like that's something that will not appeal to everyone, but it will appeal to some people. 110.
136 and falling.
Pylons, are you in the remote turret? Do you have that figured out?
I am, yep.
Okay. Targeting buttons should be the same in the remote turret.
Yep. And it looks like this is a rear turret.
You
kind
moved
of.
it? No,
Yeah,
it should be on top.
Yeah, so there's like a retracted and a deployed, so...
You want it on top. Your range
Okay.
is better, and you'll be able to shoot at it at the same time that Rev is.
Okay, in that case, I'm back on top then.
92 in closing.
I think this guy's doing some sort of mission out here.
Gotta be.
52. A little neckbeardy, but that's us. Right, like... You know, they made a game that's not for everybody. Nothing wrong with that. Son of a biscuit.
What the hell? He just quantumed away.
No.
He quantum to OM1 on the way.
OM1?
Copy. Yep.
Aligning. I believe he just quantumed away from there. Yes.
He's going to yellow.
He is.
Bet he's going to Grim Hex.
Well, we can maybe catch him outside. Yeah, I thought about bringing the blue. It is a little faster, and I have the blue. I need to, like, hotkey the QED, though, because that's been problematic for me. We're on him. 10
Excellent.
kilometers.
Oh gosh, are we in the sun?
He's going to Grim Hex.
I am quantuming to you.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
Okay, his marker... He's going to go towards Grim Hex.
Oh. Is it all bugged out?
Ah,
I'm
God.
not getting the option to quantum there.
I got the sun in my eyes.
Yes.
You see him behind us, Empress?
Yeah. But, I mean,
you
not
don't see
like
his ship.
him. No, it's just his marker and...
Is he invisible?
Huh.
Friend, where are you, friend?
There we go. The sun is in my eyes. The best time to go into this field.
Right?
I feel like he went into Grimhex.
I'm gonna untrack and retrack the mission.
So it does not... Cataclysm is cool too. So many indie games I haven't played. It doesn't update every second. I think he has to access his MOBA glass or do certain things.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So it's a bit of an unreliable source.
I remember now, because that's what you told me not to do.
When you did a crime oopsie last time? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
We're doing this, huh?
Well, I mean, right now we're just staking it out. I'm gonna look at the missions and see what we've got.
Yeah, he's definitely in Grimhex.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I don't know if he saw us or our timing was just...
Oh, his marker updated.
And it shows he's in Grimhex again.
Yep.
Oop.
There are parts of Grimhex that are not armistice.
Really?
Yes.
Alright, don't target lock him, Empress.
I'm not. No.
Oh, I see he's in a... Can we... I target locked him, but that's because... Okay, now I think I'm out of the armistice zone. Nope, I'm not. Not showing the little icon.
I was gonna say, I'm not in armistice. I'm closer than you are.
Is he sitting in his ship?
Why is he showing blue? Is that anyone else?
Yeah, he's
No,
blue to
I
me
got
as
him
well.
as blue, yeah.
I think we can still shoot him.
Where is
Can
he?
we not, because he's an armistice?
I think we get engaged by Grimhex. Yeah, I'm in an armistice now.
I'm following him. He's coming out.
I see him.
Red marker.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
I don't know if we did anything.
Flash.
Got a few hit markers.
You know what? As if somebody else being there is just useful, if nothing else, for getting inside the OODA loop and throwing him off a little bit.
Yep.
Is he wearing armor or a noob suit?
Noob suit.
Hmm. I was gonna check for you, Empress, so that you could loot
You
him.
know, I was looking.
We gonna grab his body anyway?
Would you like to? I brought a tractor beam.
I don't need a
If you
tractor
just
beam.
wanna-
Steal the body.
Alright, keep an
Oh,
eye
you-
out for other nonsense, because we are outside Grimhex. Just take a second. It's a totally important part of the bounty hunting process.
No doubt.
I will admit, super cool. I just found out how to reposition the turret while in the remote turret.
Oh, he's not coming into my gravity.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Yeah, repositioning the turret is helpful. Empress,
Let me
do you want
go
to tractor
grab
beam him?
Yes.
Should be directly behind us. All right, and let me update the counter. All right, we're even now. We're 2 and 2.
Why don't I see
Excellent.
his body? You said he's behind us?
See my screen? Should
Yeah,
be.
but that's not what my screen shows.
Okay, well, we'll leave his body.
He's glitchy. Let's not touch it.
Yeah, he's cursed.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, where are we going?
I'm gonna warp away from Grim Hex, just to warp away from Grim Hex.
Anywhere specific?
I'm gonna go towards Yella. And then I'm just gonna warp to Yella. Oh,
Alright.
here, align to Yellow. Let's see if we can group jump.
Let's see if I can find yellow again. Do-do-do-do-do. In near space, I'm better than when I'm trying to align to planetary bodies. Come on. Where is yellow? Oh, that gigantic planet. It has no marker.
Sorry, it's in the middle of Yella, yeah. I should have specified better.
Alright, and I see green, but I'm obstructed.
Oh, yeah, you'll have to shift around and get over one of the asteroids.
I am clear to yellow.
Okay, and then align to it, and I should get an option once you're aligned.
I am aligned.
Okay, cool. I didn't see... You didn't show up.
I did quantum with you, though.
Okay, cool. Cool. It worked.
Woohoo!
That's a useful thing to figure out, because if we want to quantum right to people and kind of get the jump on them. I am looking at...
What's she shooting at?
What? I was just shooting at the planet.
Oh, okay.
Is a Burveg still hiding in Grim? Hey, look.
I do have to warn that I'm below 50% on quantum, so if we got to go too far away, I'm going to need to gas up first.
Do you want to stop at Port Olisar?
Sure.
Or wait, that's not going to let us store our ships. Let's go to Crew L1.
Real one.
Because if no other bounty targets pop up, we might store the ships and switch servers.
All right. To the ambitious dream station.
Yes, sir. If you want to align to it. All right, tell me when you're aligned.
Aligning, calibration ready, spooling complete. You may fire when ready, good lad. And you did take us with her.
Nice, okay. So even when the icon unreliably shows up, it takes you with. If nobody shows up by the time we stop at Crew L1 and refuel, we'll park at Crew L1 and switch servers.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good.
Come on, guy. Leave Grim Hex. He must be AFK. It says he's been there for 167 minutes. Like...
Could be.
How have you spent 3 hours at Grim Hex? Because I think you get timed out if you don't move at all.
Quantum drive is now off.
Unless you don't, which would just be a weird thing to leave out. Like, most games do have that functionality.
Yep.
All right.
Building complete. Calibration ready.
Going. I'm trying to. Yeah, I think he might. Maybe he's got like one of those little things that moves your mouse occasionally. But like, what's the point of that? Oh my god, I'm gonna have to realign. Give me a second.
So I can see the progress of your calibration.
Yeah, I should be able to see my progress, but it has not. Oh, is the stream quality a bit choppy? Sue, are you seeing anything?
Oh, yeah, I guess I do see it. Alright, I'm quantuming to the,
Okay, well, keep an eye on it, Sue. You might have to futz with settings again.
Could just be Twitch, too.
Yeah, and that's what's hard to... Oh, I've got dropped frames. Settings real quick. Alright, I'm gonna drop my bitrate for a minute. Yeah, I dropped my bitrate. We'll give this a minute and see if it improves.
I could go faster, but then I've run the risk of running into the station.
No, all good.
There we go, we're in the armistice zone. Clackety clack clack.
Alright, yeah, it might be my internet again. Worth the risk. It is not worth the risk because he has his fancy gear on.
I get close and the game's so bugged it says, landing complete, have a pleasant day.
Oh, I think that's just like catching up, or catching maybe other players landing, because I've had that happen quite a bit. Right, we're on approach to the station.
Alright, I'm getting this in assigned bay. Because you talked about storing, so I figure I should get an actual.
Yep. Alright, I don't see that I'm dropping additional frames. I think that my ISP may have pooped a little bit. But I wouldn't do for some good fiber.
Well, you can move to Lincoln.
I wish. Alright, I'm coming into the station. And go ahead and, yeah, you should be able to refuel.
Oof.
One of you should be able to. I read somewhere the thing where sometimes you can't refuel, I think sometimes it's the last person who got on the ship is the one who's allowed to refuel it.
Please proceed to
Interesting.
landing bay.
Which is dumb, but like now that I know that, it's like, oh, that makes... I mean, it doesn't make sense,
but we can deal with
it. Doesn't, yeah, it doesn't make any sense, but I can work around the nonsense. Also, if you are just dropping into the stream, welcome. We are running some PvP bounties tonight in Star Citizen. We just got our second one. And we are now repairing and refueling. Duncan, thanks for stopping by. How's your weekend going so far? Alright, coming for the landing.
We are refueled and just sitting on the pad.
Okay.
Good to go.
Wonder if they're gonna get mad that I have 2 ships on the pads here in a second. Nice. Glad to hear it's going well.
Have a pleasant stay.
I got outside today some, enjoyed the weather. I actually just sat outside in a lawn chair for a while. Because it was so nice.
It's too humid down here.
I mean, yeah, it was still moist outside. But... yeah, Duncan, you might recognize Rev's voice, or maybe it's just someone who sounds similar. I mean, it was still muggy-ish here, but it was... After the last few days, it's still nice to... Oh.
We're fighting for the button.
We were fighting over the button.
I was outside for hours today. It
Yeah,
wasn't
you were...
too bad.
You were a volleyball champion today, right?
Welcome
Oh,
to the ASOP
no.
vehicle retrieval system.
At
Should we just
first,
come
and
inside?
then we got wrecked.
Yeah, you can come inside. I'm gonna
Alright.
store the ships.
That sounds good.
Alright. Did you just store the ship while I was in it?
Yeah.
You did. That was cool. That was cool.
I mean, I
I
could have
did
warned
have
you, but I knew that it would, I knew what it would do. Empress and I have done this enough, because sometimes she'll either get lost on the ship or still be, like, sorting inventory. I'll be like, hey, are you coming out? Like, no, just store it. Just store it. I'm not gonna figure it
Can't
out.
find my way there.
To be fair, when you're not used to the Carrack, it's nonsense. Alright, let's see. So, Duncan, what we're doing is we're doing PvP bounty hunting, but our current bounty target is being a little turd, and he's holed up inside of a space station where we can't come after him. So we're probably going to switch servers to try and find some fresh targets.
Just another loophole in the justice system.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, if we're the justice system, this game is darker than I thought it was.
Vehicle retrieval system.
We're not the Justice System, we're the Justice League.
Pretty much, yeah. So I got the Drake, and then the RSI are both stored. Okay. Everybody exit to menu.
Alright. I gotta drop this water bottle first.
So yeah, we're going to hop to another server and see if we can find some people that aren't just sitting inside of stations. I don't understand how that guy has been inside of that station for 168 minutes. That's ridiculous. But, oh, thank you, Osmosis. I like to... Sometimes I switch back to my, like, just chatting screen when I'm switching servers. Just... I don't know, it's a good habit. I'm not actually cool enough that anyone is stream sniping me, but... Why not? Alright, is everybody in the menus?
I'm
Yes.
there.
Yes.
I'm jumping us in.
Alright. Loading!
Woohoo!
So, if you have you convinced Duncan to play this game yet?
I think he tried it during a free fly briefly. Alternative, get a CS5. You know, we could do that, but I just tend to play on the somewhat lawful side of things, so...
Oh,
The idea
it's not
of...
that hard.
No, it's not hard. We can just go into a bunker and get it pretty easily, and then kill the people that come after us, and... I mean, the idea of being a mildly unhinged squad of bounty hunters chasing after criminals who may just be criminals because they accidentally did something, you know, it amuses me.
Alright.
Alright, I'm gonna take a look. Let's see what we've got.
I'm awake.
Oh, Groza Parks. Guys, we have a mission.
No.
We're gonna hunt and murder Groza with a G. They appear to be... They're at Grim Hex, but they've only been there 17 minutes, so...
Hopefully they're not just idling there. Hi!
Hello. Oh,
Do you like my pretty armor?
it is lovely.
Yeah, and his armor has survived, so...
Yes!
That's our primary goal, make sure Rev's armor survives. Secondary goal, collect bounties.
Oh, it's not just my armor. I've got my good weapons, too. I've got my automatic shotgun and my grenade launcher.
Alright, I'm gonna grab the Scorpius first.
Don't forget to switch your stream back.
Oh, thank you. Alright, your Scorpius is in hangar 01. I'm gonna hop in the pilot's seat and get the doors open for you.
Cool.
Yes, and as you can see from the banner on top, apprehend suspect. Rosa Parks. And that was I only saw one, so we'll check again.
Did you share the quest, or do I need to do something?
No, that would be responsible of me, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I was just about to ask, can you share, please?
Shared.
Don't forget to accept call to arms again.
Got it.
Yes. So what does Call to Arms do?
Extra money for killing bad guys.
Oh. Interesting.
It costs nothing, you might as well just have it turned on. And even if you don't have the mission for them, I think, I'd have to double check this. Caffeine, tell me if you know. If you kill a player with a crime stat, whilst you have Call to Arms active, they go to Klesher. Like the criminals they are.
I mean, I think that they always go to Klesher when we kill them.
Maybe? I don't know. We should test it sometime.
Okay.
But
Next
do they
time
go
I'm feeling
to jail?
squirrely.
Yeah, do they go to jail all the time, Caffeine? Or do they only go to jail if you have Call to Arms? Alright, dudes. Go, go, go!
Right. The gunner seat, and I will be right back.
Excellent.
Only when called... Yeah, okay. Cool. So we should be getting called. So I am just making sure these guys take off in my Scorpius.
Alright. Everything closes.
And then I am going to go get my Cutlass
Systems
Black. Meow.
And there we go.
I'm going to get the Cutlass Black out, and we're going to try to get one more bounty before I call it a night.
Thank you.
I forget, what switches between missiles and,
Middle mouse click. And the missiles on that one are decent, I think. You have a decent amount. I don't remember what the button is on keyboard, but you can cue it so it will fire 4 missiles at once.
Ah.
But, and I'm not trying to, be like the Dan the flight stick elitist, but I know what the button is on my stick, but it's one of those that I forget what it is on my keyboard. Alright, Empress, we are in hangar 2.
Alright.
But yeah, Duncan or Cosmosis, if you guys have any questions about the game, feel free to ask. I love answering questions. And then on Wednesdays, if you ever want to stop in, I do a bit more of a educational focus stream where we do different careers in Star Citizen and just kind of demonstrate them and go through what they look like and how to do them and answer questions about them as them.
Alright, should I start heading to Grimhex, or shall I wait for you?
You can start heading towards Crusader, because I think my quantum drive's faster.
Alright.
No, I think we have the same quantum drive. I'm not sure. Mine might be faster. I think I might have put an upgraded civilian quantum drive on that ship, because if you put the military one, I don't think it has the fuel tank needed to do this.
Oops. I double tapped. Come on. Calibrate you.
Rosa Parks, we're coming for you. That name's wrong.
Oh, gosh.
So Duncan, that might be true, depending on what your specs are, but also there's a lot of optimization you can do. I don't know if we've talked about this, but like you can turn off volumetric clouds and adjust some other settings, and it's not always intuitive. Like, you don't want all the settings lowest, but some people have some decent guides out on how to optimize Star Citizen to not run like a turd. And that might help you.
Besides, how do you not have, you know, the 32 gigs of RAM that they say is minimum?
I have 64.
Even I don't have that much.
So I can open up more than 5 Chrome tabs.
Ah, okay. I solved that by just using Firefox.
You would.
Yep, I would.
Alright, I'm warping to OM5 now.
Understood. I'm almost to Crusader.
Okay. It's at least 8 Chrome tabs. But no more. Otherwise it'll still break everything.
I will admit, I think that is one of my favorite things to do, is use like unconventional things as like metrics. And I do like the idea of using Chrome tabs as a way to
measure performance.
To measure performance, yeah.
I want to say one of the benchmark things that I've used before does open a bunch of windows as one of its tests.
That's pretty good.
Quantum drive is now off.
Rose is a little off of... I'm going to warp to Grim Hex.
Alright. We're making the jump to
moving.
yellow now.
I'm going to hold up and wait for you guys. I'm aligned to Grim Hex.
Alright. We're almost to yellow.
Yep. Once you land at yellow, align to Grim Hex and I'll group jump us.
Understood. Aligning.
They're moving around. I think they're outside. I'm excited.
Yeah, they might be coming this way. I am aligned and spooling complete if you want to jump to Grim Hex.
Sending it.
You did not bring me.
Okay, well...
No big...
Gross is 61 kilometers out and outside.
Bad tactical decision.
I don't have a radar lock yet, so I don't know what they have. 56 kilometers.
Where is all of my HUD? Alright. There we go.
Alright, 24
60.
kilometers. I still don't have anything on radar.
I'm getting in front of them.
Okay. Oh, I see something. Ship. I visually see it, but I don't see anything on radar yet.
Right? That little blip. Oh. Okay.
Oh, I think somebody's already going after him in a Gladius. Let's get Groza. Groza's in a...
Yeah, targeted.
Groza's in a Fury.
What? They ain't going nowhere, no wonder. Where'd they go?
They keep dropping off radar because they're so
Tiny?
tiny.
I'm gonna send it a little bit more. See if we can
Oh.
get in front of it.
I mean, so the Fury is a snub fighter. It means it doesn't have a quantum drive. So as long as I mean, if they brought it off of a bigger ship, yeah, ignore the other one.
Okay.
See, you guys showed up.
Yeah.
Got him. All right,
Got
there's
it.
this other one's red as well. Oh wait,
Yep.
where'd they go?
What? Oh, I need a different one. Sorry, I'm gonna untarget lock.
Him
my
in 301.
Hitman 301.
Yep.
I'm gonna give them some missiles. I'm gonna try. They just got out of missile range. They're in a Gladius, so they can warp away if they want. I think they just target locked us, but Gladiuses are spicy, so.
Radar lock.
That was me.
And, okay. Oh, they're blue.
Now.
Oh shit. Well, I'm gonna stop shooting at them.
That just happened as
Yep.
I was shooting them.
All right. Abort! Abort! No
Abort.
more attacks.
But why
I'm
are
warping
you
to yellow.
red to me?
Oh, where are you aligning to?
Yellow.
Yellow? All right.
And I see your icon this time.
Okay. I should be ready if you want to go.
Quantum drive is now off.
Yep. I'm green.
All right. Oh, I warped already. I don't know
Oh.
why I didn't take you. All right, Empress, you want to keep an eye on the surrounding area?
Yes.
Oh, this Gladius.
Oh.
This
Ah.
Gladius
We
is
were
coming at
following
us.
it.
Yep.
Where'd that come from?
You think he shot first, so
All right.
we're on the
Well.
Gladius.
All right, let's do it.
All right, his shields are hurt.
Oh.
Oh, he got shields back.
Is he blue again?
No,
No.
he's still red.
Okay.
All right, coming in again. Ah, he's so much faster than me. We have so many guns.
was me. There we go, Hitman.
God.
So zippy.
Yep. Just Gladius things.
Yeah.
Shields back. Try. Oh, come on, I was on the reticle. Ooh, a little bit of desync there.
Yep. No, not at the sun.
It just disappeared off my screen.
It's 8 kilometers from me, if you guys want to come towards me.
Alright.
Come on. Alright, we can get him. He's just evasive. Oh, did he warp? No. I still see...
Using some...
I think I see him, like, visually. I don't see him on radar. I see a little blue dot.
I see, like, flares. Is he setting... some... I saw some sparkles there.
I'm trying to follow the sparkles, but I think he warped away.
Yeah. I have no...
Alright, I'm checking the bounties one more time.
Alright.
I mean, we survived. I feel like... I don't think we were jousting that badly. I feel like he was jousting some. I don't see any. And actually, we've been going for 2 hours. We might... all that a night, because I don't see any more targets.
Alright. Where should we head to?
We can head back to by Genie.
Alright.
Everybody watching, I super appreciate you coming by tonight and spending some time with us. I know you could be anywhere else on a Saturday, and you watched us struggle through low-tier PvP bounty hunting action as we try to get things figured out. We will be back on Wednesday at 7:30 to be doing some... Oh no! Rep. Should we keep going?
I'm game.
I'm fine.
You know what? Okay, we're gonna keep going. Also,
right.
Rapmaster, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Hope your weekend is going well. Let's see if we can find another mission. So we are doing bounty hunting. Why am I looking in personal? It's not in personal. But we keep... Oh, you guys are jumping off? Well, we'll be... I don't know. I don't know if we can find missions. So, yeah, we might call it a night. Yeah, I'm looking. But yeah, thanks everybody for coming by. We'll be back Wednesday. I might join you guys on Crab Champions in a bit. We'll see. We'll be back Wednesday at 7:30. Everybody have a great rest of your weekend. And I will talk to y'all later. See ya.